What is your advice for anyone who's looking to start in a new industry, transitioning out of McKinsey? Following a hobby. What is the first piece of advice that you would give somebody?
A hobby, that should be something that you are really passionate about. And that's big story, because I was lucky enough. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with my life. I knew exactly what was driving me crazy, like video content, movies, ads, music videos, anything. One should not be shy about what you like. I have a friend of mine, she's a gastro critic, and she was a senior vice president of Raiffeisen Bank. She was really good into her career, and in one day she just quit her job, and she was like, okay, I cannot do this anymore. And it wasn't because Raiffeisen is bad or anything. No, she was really into eating, She was really into eating and sharing her experience. And she was like, yeah, okay, so I'm going to write about this. And who cares if nobody is really interested in reading this? At least I'm going to be doing something that I really like. So I was lucky. I say half of the people are lucky like that. And I say half of the people are not courageous enough to say, yeah, guys, I like ping pong. I like ping pong a lot. Or I don't know, I like drinking a lot. And this is not like I like getting drunk a lot. I like good alcohol. And I really think that this is something that I can share my experience about. Yeah, you just don't need to be shy. If you really like something, think of it as a business, that, yeah, so I like this. I have this competitive advantage. I'm really good in, I don't know, describing things, whatever. I'm good at drawing things. And yeah, I really want to share this with other people. And I know that because of A, B, and C, I can do this better than not everyone else, but I can do this much better than a lot of people just because I have this set of qualities. I'm good in talking. I don't know, I'm good looking. I'm really good in tech. So these are three things that I can unite and I can use in delivering my idea. So basically, you should be passionate about something. That's number one. Number two, you should never be shy that you really, really like something. And then you should think of it as a business. And then there are three very specific things that you should be able to perform. Number one, you know better than anyone else that this is pain. This is a pain not only for yourself, but for other people. That's number one. You have a very unique knowledge that something is very painful for a group of people. That's number one. Number two, you should be able to produce something that cures this pain without anyone else being able to do that, because you have some, I don't know, specific knowledge or whatever specific. That's number two. So you should be able to produce something that no one else can produce to cure the pain that you've already experienced and you know about. That's number two. And number three, the cure that you invented against something that you know, something that you invented, can be delivered to people who need this in a very specific way that no one can do that. So as one of the well-known businessmen, Dion, he told me once, these are three magic crystals. You should exclusively know the pain of the sick guy. You should be able to create a pill, and you should be able to deliver this pill. These are the three things that you should have in your pocket once you decide that your passion is about to get monetized,
Yeah, it's the approach, probably not Yeah, I haven't heard this approach before from Dion for sure about the bill, but that's a pretty good analogy. What do you think are the biggest shifts within film production and trends in the industry today? I mean, besides like the rise of TikTok and all those things.
Well, the first trend is the shrinkage of the industry. Because marketing budgets, which are mostly the marketing budget is the biggest driver of the industry, obviously here. They are maybe the second or the third budgets to be cut in line, you know. That's number one, but this is very temporary. Yeah, after the Corona crisis is over, that's it. One of the biggest shifts is towards native content, branded content. So the brands are much more efficient now if they communicate their values, their unique sales points, whatever stands behind the brand in a very, subtle way. The traditional ads, they obviously work. Buy this because you get this because of that, which is a basic formula for the commercial. You're buying something in order to get something. Nowadays, we are spoiled with very good content from VOD service. Huh?
And loads of it.
Yeah.
Very good content. We have a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly. We have tons of VOD services, OTT services, Netflix, Hulu, CBS, HBO. Everybody is doing the perfect job. And the problem is that product placement is not really subtle now. Product placement proved itself very efficient, previously. But then again, you still understand, I see a ketchup bottle in the shop and I know, oh, okay, so these guys, they want me to buy this specific ketchup. Yeah, that doesn't work anymore. Okay, of course it works, but this is not something that you can, differentiate yourself from. Branded content is one of the biggest trends when you're watching an amazing content and you have no idea that this content is being sponsored by, or the big brand stands right behind this content. You don't know that. And you realize that in the very end, after you're being emotionally shocked, you love the content that you just watched, and then you see the brand. Oh my God, this was created with the help of this bank that I love, or with the bank that I don't know. And that's pretty cool. So branded content is pretty much the biggest trend of the last couple of years. The second trend is the YouTube shows. To be honest, it's still growing. When you're watching very solid content, it's YouTube, so you're not a slave of your device. You're not obliged to watch the fucking TV to absorb content. And then wherever you are, you watch YouTube content. It's funny or it's interesting or whatever. It's sentimental, whatever you like. And then even if you have a very straightforward integration, like a mid-roll or whatever, yeah, I'm in the middle of watching my favorite content, and it's not like I'm enslaved into my sofa and that because I need to watch this at 21:00 on my TV. No, I watch it whenever I want. There is an integration. Yeah, it's fine. So this brand being integrated in something in the content that I really like, yeah, perfect. This brand has good taste. So branded content, YouTube content with integrations, these are for me the main trends now. Maybe the last but not the least, the brands that are showing not black humor, but really getting into your emotions, into your pain that you as a customer have. That limits the area of creativity that you can exercise. But empathetic brands are very in trend now. So to sum it up, three things: branded content,
Right. YouTube.
integration into YouTube shows, and very empathetic tone of voice.
Maybe any additional comments for anyone who wants to start a production company now? Just some tips for anyone starting off.
Yeah, I was during the I was at the negotiations with a very large transnational creative agency, which are like maybe 80% of our business. And she was like, yeah, guys, you need to answer me a question. If I were to set up my own production company, I would be really looking for an answer to this question. What are the reasons to believe that I should be hiring your company? That's very important, because production companies in our industry, even the guys who are doing the creative part, there are a lot of companies, because it's a production at the end of the day. I know that people, for ordinary people, this is like magic. You guys are shooting movies, ads, and whatever, but at the end of the day, it's not. It doesn't really differ from producing steel or ads. It's the same process. It's just that the inputs are different. The process itself is different in terms of what comes up there, and the post-production, it's different because it's just a different product. You really, really need to think about at least three things that you're gonna be different from your competitors. In production companies, these are things like, if you are willing to advance financially the projects that you are signing on, or some specific directories that you guys made it to exclusively sign, or that you have, I don't know, production services in Montenegro, because Montenegro is amazing, cheap, and you have landscapes of heaven in Montenegro. So these are supposed to be things that really differ you from other production companies. And well, it's not that difficult. You just take your own feeling of what you would like to do. I'm from, I don't know, from Slovakia, and the guy's like, yeah, okay, production here is cheaper. We have an exclusive set of directors here, and we're literally cheaper. That's number one. Okay, number two, what? I have a production service in Spain. If you want to go and shoot an ad there, we have a team working there. We're very good partners with them, yada, yada, yada. You should be able to distinguish yourself from the competitors with at least three things, and they should be really practical. Number two, if I were a production company to be set off, I should be setting up my own creative force within the production company. That's a very good way of distinguishing yourselves.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, for anyone who wants to go into production, I think this will be very useful.
For someone,
Pavel, it was amazing to have you on. You already have sunrise in your background. It's beautiful. For those that don't know, Pavel is currently in Moscow.
I light it up. That's okay.
I think it's about 5 a.m. there. This is not Mackenzie. This is just my podcast, and I hope to have you back sometime soon.
I'll see you around. Thanks for the interview. That was really cool. Thank you.